Last week, Atlanta United 2 kicked off the 2019 USL Championship season in fine form, knocking off Hartford Athletic 2-0. Tonight, the Stripes stay on home pitch to face two-time defending champ Lou City next on ESPN+. From Fifth Third Bank Stadium in Kennesaw, Georgia, it is the USL Championship on ESPN+. Atlanta United 2, winners in match week 1. Louisville City had a bit of a rough run against North Carolina FC, so they are on the flip side of that ledger. 1-0, 0-1, match week 2 here on ESPN+. Alongside Jason Longshore, I am John Nelson. Thanks for accessing us however you are doing so this evening. We had a battle of the Stripes and the boys in purple. Jason, couple of teams from a couple of different directions. Lineup's a little different in match week 2 tonight.
Strong performance from Atlanta United 2 in the opener over Hartford Athletic. Dominated the match, dominated possession. Exactly what manager Stephen Glass was looking for. For Louisville City, it was a 4-1 loss to North Carolina FC. 21 shots, but you didn't score until stoppage time. Difficult defending the counter for Louisville City in week 1.
A couple of guys under the magnifying glass for the match tonight, and we'll start with one of the best beards in the game.
Got to fear the beard when it comes to Brian Ownby. He is the creative hub for Louisville City. He's the one that they try to play through. You don't want to deal with him on a 1v1 situation. Great dribbler. He's going to try to spring Luke Spencer and your wingers, Sonny Janet and Speedy Williams.
Saw what he was able to do there in the playoffs in 2018 as they made their run to the title. On the flip side for the Stripes, it's John Gallagher.
John Gallagher provided a lot of the creativity for Atlanta last week from a right wing-back position. It's a different shape tonight. He's going to have a little more defensive responsibility, but as a forward from Notre Dame, he's comfortable in front of goal as well.
Early season test for the Stripes at Fifth Third, going up against the defending champs. Coaches, kickoff, all that around the corner on ESPN+. So stick and stay. It's the Stripes and the boys in purple after this.
Los accidentes suceden sin avisar y conseguir el tratamiento médico que usted o un familiar merece puede resultar difícil si no cuenta con la ayuda de un buen abogado. Por eso nos dedicamos a pelear por sus derechos, asegurándonos que usted no solo reciba la compensación que merece, sino que también reciba la mejor atención médica. Le atendemos en español. 404-888-8888. Bader Law Firm, comprometidos con usted y su familia.
I knew your name before you did. I knew your fears, your hopes. I knew what you could accomplish, how great you could be. And I knew just where to take you when you got hurt.
You'll be back out there in no time.
For physical therapists and certified athletic trainers who only work with young athletes, there's Children's Healthcare of Atlanta Sports Medicine. Moms know.
There are never enough hours in the day, so you can't let sniffles, strep, or aches and pains slow you down. But finding great healthcare that fits your schedule can be tricky. With Piedmont Quick Care at Walgreens, you can get great same-day care right around the corner. There are 27 locations and counting, all with extended hours and most open 7 days a week. You can book an appointment online to get in, out, and on your way. Visit piedmont.org/quickcare now to learn more. Piedmont Quick Care at Walgreens, one stop to better.
Welcome back to Fifth Third Bank Stadium, getting ready for the kickoff between Louisville City FC, the defending champs here in the USL Championship, against Atlanta United 2. Jason, let's take a peek at the starting lineup, starting with the visitors. What do you see in Lou City?
Louisville City's going to have to provide a little more width than they did in the first match against North Carolina FC. It was very narrow. You want to see if it's going to be Janet, Speedy Williams, McCabe, Del Piccolo, maybe even Ownby dropping out wide and giving this team a little more width.
Take a peek there, and it looks like a bit of a 4-4-2 or 4-4-1-1 as it is on the graphic. On the flip side for the Stripes, a couple of different names, some new names getting some reps, especially in net.
Alec Can from the first team with Atlanta United gets his first match of the season. George Campbell, man of the match last week, is back. Lawrence Wyke, the two-time All-Southern Conference center back from Furman, makes his debut. And John Gallagher, goal scorer last week, opened the season with the goal. He's at right back, a position he played a little bit last season in a four-man back line.
There's Captain Jack Metcalf, wearing the C as he has done traditionally for the Stripes. Getting ready for action here at 5th third. Tough early season test for Atlanta United 2. There's Stephen Glass, the man who's now on the touchline for the Stripes.
Embedded with Atlanta United's academy, had the U17s last season. Many of those players he knows very well, and you're going to see a lot of them with Atlanta United 2 this season.
And on the flip side, there's Stephen Glass. On the flip side for Louisville City, it's a guy who's well known in the national circles, the Boys of Purple, with John Hackworth.
Second year with Louisville, Hackworth comes in from the U.S. Youth National Team setup. He's a manager who has worked with Jackson Conway, who's worked with Andrew Carlton, who probably would have worked with George Campbell, a little bit of a late bloomer there. Hackworth stepped into a winning situation and took it all the way to a title last year.
As you look at the bench for Louisville City as we get ready for action here. I want to see how Louisville City responds coming up after getting thumped. It was 1-0 at the half for North Carolina FC, and then it was 3 second-half goals that got it done for them, and it was a late goal for Louisville City to make it 4-1.
Louisville City was on the front foot most of the night, just could not find goals to show for it. We'll see what changes Hackworth has in mind this week.
And we're now underway. Dion Pereira with it for the Stripes, looking for Jack Metcalf. Too much early opportunity and intercepted, but it gets back to the visitors quickly. Flag is up.
Ownby offside. Really can't make that mistake if you're Brian Ownby, looking right down the line, just a little too early to make that jump.
So Alec Can, first action that he has seen in this young season for Atlanta United. Getting action here this evening with the Stripes.
Have two converted forwards at outside back tonight for Atlanta. Gordon Wild on the left, John Gallagher on the right. When they get forward, they'll be very comfortable in the attacking half, but how do they defend? That's the question tonight.
So let's see what the answer is to that. Del Piccolo wearing the C for Louisville City. Carlton trying to get it free. Chested down by Gallagher. Chased by Ownby. Ownby slips on the surface, and once again, this was a watered surface. All the sprinklers going, so we might have some loose footing early on. Jackson Conway trying to pursue, and Ben Lunt getting into it with Conway, and I guess they're going to call Conway for the foul.
Lunt gets bailed out. I have no idea what he's doing there. He had time to bring that into the 18. Thought it might run out for the goal kick, but very little contact here, as you see.
Thinking about it.
That's it's a generous call for Lunt.
Your officials this evening, the ref, Elton Garcia, your assistant, Zach McWhorter, Rashawn Clark, and your fourth official is Brandon Adams.
Wild handles the pressure there pretty well, plays it back to Can.
Sent all the way over. Switch was there, but not handled by Gordon Wild. It's going to be a throw for Lou City.
Wonder if John Hackworth is going to have his squad come out very aggressively against this back line for Atlanta. Two new starters in it from last week, and an academy player and two converted forwards.
Metcalf in the middle. Over to Gordon Wild. Back to Campbell. Back to Can.
Campbell very smooth in possession last week.
Louisville City looking to collapse on Can. Dangerous there as Ownby was trying to get to Alec Can, and Can will just pick it up off the reverb.
It has always been a question about Alec Can, his distribution with the ball at his feet, how he handles teams that press him a bit. Louisville City's going to test him early.
Can sends it forward, looking for Luis Fernando. Can he track it down? Yes, he can. Conway in the middle. What's Fernando going to do with it? Sends it with the left. Hands up by Lunt, settled by Pereira. A lot of action for the Stripes and deflected out. Nicely done to defend. Louisville City wanted the flag up, didn't get it. It's going to be a Creature Comforts corner for Atlanta United 2.
I think they wanted that out for a throw, and they didn't get it. Paco Craig makes the block on the left-footed blast from John Gallagher to force the corner.
Andrew Carlton in with the right, headed clear. Anderson Asayadu tries to come down with it. He eventually does. Brings it back to Metcalf. Owenby in pursuit there. And with a bit of a check off, ends up with it. He goes after Gallagher too. And we've got a whistle.
The foul is on Atlanta.
On
he
Metcalf?
Must have played advantage, yes. It's a yellow card to Metcalf.
In the 5th minute, so a very early yellow.
This is a very inexperienced Atlanta United 2 team. Metcalf has to commit the foul there. It's definitely a foul. Referee lets it go to see if Ownby can get on the end. But all that started with a very poor ball back from Anderson Asayadu. No need to risk it there if you're Asayadu.
Bringing it all the way back to center circle for Oscar Jimenez. And Jimenez is trying to plead his case a little bit here, center circle. High line for ATL UTD2, sent in by Oscar. Looks like it goes over Campbell, and it's going to be last touched by Lou City, so it'll be a goal kick.
Wasted opportunity for Louisville City after the gift from Asayadu.
Late in minute number 6. Gallagher pursued. Pereira, too much on it. Turnover for Louisville City. Let go, but Can's going to hop on it. Kind of in between ideas, Sonny Johnny and Niall McCabe, and Can ends up with it for the quick distribution.
Shaky from Atlanta in the early going as they try to build out of the back, although that's a nice cutback by George Campbell.
After slipping on the turf, tries to send it forward, but it's picked off by Louisville City, and it's Del Piccolo. Francis sending it in, settled, and there's Asayadu trying to turn and do something with it. Sends it forward with the right to Pereira. A lot of speed behind it. Gets confused with Metcalf and Speedy, and it ends up with Francis all over again for Lou City. Atlanta United 2 trying to battle quickly, and Metcalf is down.
Metcalf is down, and Louisville City's not playing it out. Little surprising there from Louisville City. Metcalf is down right in front of him. There's no reason for him to be down after that collision with Dion Pereira. Sean Francis was not going to play that out.
Obviously holding that left ankle here.
The young group tonight with Atlanta United 2, you need a player with Jack Metcalf's experience. Can't really tell. I don't know if it's a knee-on-knee collision.
He's grabbing the ankle, and I think what it was is he was trying to swing through with he and Pereira in that mix of players. He swings through, and I think he hit Pereira on his follow-through, and that's why he was grabbing his ankle.
He's trying to walk it off. Hopping a little bit. Looks like more of a contact injury, so he should be okay to get back in.
Yeah.
Atlanta United, too, just has to calm down at this point. Very frantic open.
And drop ball, and Ownby will play it back to Alec Can.
The team obviously wants to build out of the back, but they are struggling to do so in the short term. Might need to be a little more pragmatic early on as you settle into the match.
Lawrence Wyke looking for Carlton. Slide tackle clear by Paco Craig. It'll be a throw for the Stripes. Gallagher and Wyke. Dangerous idea. Campbell comes down with it, being chased by Luke Spencer. Wild tried to send it forward. It ended up hitting Campbell. Luis Fernando backtracking. Last touched by Lou City. Throw into Carlton as he was looking for either Pereira or Gallagher to come. Francis ends up with it. And Paco Craig. Jackson Conway chasing. Sent forward. Looks like Campbell's going to get there first, but it'll go out of play, and it'll be a throw for the Stripes.
Gordon Wild caught very high up the field there. It's going to be an ongoing storyline tonight if Louisville can take advantage of Gallagher and Wild at outside back.
Handful of players for Louisville City. Just watch it hit the turf. Speedy Williams ends up with it. And in possession, sit in. Gallagher tries to shepherd to make sure it doesn't get touched, and we'll just send it clear. Ends up being a throw right toward the halfway line.
It's nice work by John Gallagher, though. Simple and clean there. Get it out, get reset.
Francis. Ownby. Back to Paco Craig. Being chased by Carlton. Too much. It'll be a throw for the Stripes here as we turn minute number 11.
Louisville City aggressive. They're going to step up high. They're going to make life difficult for Atlanta, especially after the early flubs in possession.
And so they'll try it again as Paco Craig defended. Chested by Carlton. Speedy Williams up in the air. He missed it off the joust, but Louisville City comes down with it, and Craig thought about sending it back to Lunt, but it ends up going to Alexi Suahi. Oscar Jimenez was there. And once again, folks, spinning on the turf here at 5th third.
Johnnet down injured. You could hear him yell when he first slipped. Tried to hop up, went back down. Trainer's going to come check him out.
Let's take another peek at it and see what happened.
It's a simple pass into him, and he already slipped as the ball's getting to him. Initially grabbed his knee. It looked like they were working on the calf or the ankle. Awkward there from Johnnet.
He's going to come off the pitch for a little bit and be sent back in.
The Lesotho international.
Recently got a call up to his national team. I think there's a match coming up on the 24th against Cape Verde.
Huge match. If they win the match and get the other results that are expected, they will qualify for the African Cup of Nations for the first time ever.
Spencer chasing. Campbell sends it long. Luis Fernando is getting there. But Jimenez gets there first, and he slips out. Looks like it's going to be a corner for Atlanta United 2.
Good pressure from Luis Fernando. He's looked lively down the left thus far. Really the only outlet for Atlanta as they've tried to get into Louisville's half.
Another Creature Comforts corner kick here, halfway through minute number 13. Andrew Carlton will take. In with the right, high, looking back post. A lot of folks there. Looks like it was touched by Lou City.
Looking for George Campbell on the back post.
Yep.
Well defended.
So Gallagher will throw. Carlton coming close. Send to Pereira. Gallagher tries to get it into the box, deflected and cleared by Lou City. Chested down, and Wyke with a tremendous tackle. Pereira looking to spring Gallagher into the box, and nobody there. Looks like Lou City has some space, but they can't do anything with it. Campbell will get there first and settle it down.
Gallagher tried to cut that back. No one made the late run towards the penalty spot.
The Sayadu, Pereira. Nicely done, Luis Fernando with the left and just missed.
What a touch from Dion Pereira in the middle of the field to settle that down. We're going to get another look now. After the touch, it's a perfect through ball to Luis Fernando, and he missed by inches to the far post.
Ball skips past Campbell, but Wyke is there, and he just wipes it out of play for a throw for Lou City to slow down their momentum.
Gordon Wild is consistently getting caught high up the field. Louisville City's going to attack down their right side.
Luis Fernando doubling back to help out in that. The other side to Francis, who sends it in with the left. Nicely defended there, but Francis will get a second chance. Trying to drive on Pereira, nicely defended there by Dion Pereira. Gallagher tries to clear, and it will go out for a goal kick.
Defensive work from Pereira. That's been one of the questions about him as he comes to Atlanta from Watford. 1v1 ability, technical ability off the charts. Need to see more of that complete game from him.
Spencer gets it away from Sayadu. Turns. Speedy Williams was there. Campbell sends it out, and they'll try it again. Del Piccolo. Picked off by the captain. Here comes Andrew Carlton. Has Gallagher to his right, and that's where he sends it. Gallagher looking to send it into the box. Does. Deflected. Nicely defended out for a throw for ATL UTD2.
Has to be better there from Gallagher. He had Conway making the run. He also had Carlton making that secondary run.
Luis Fernando. Wild and Campbell. Back to Lawrence Wyke. Conway, Pereira, Fernando is there. Wanted the flag up, and they get it.
Fernando started his run a bit too early, but let's go back to the pass out of the back from Lawrence Wyke. First chance we've had to see Wyke. Splits the lines, picks out Pereira again, cutting across. Fernando just a little too anxious to make the run.
Select is the official ball supplier of the USL Championship and many of the finest leagues in the world. Since 1947, Select has been the leader in soccer ball quality and innovation. For the latest Select products and special offers, please visit selectsportamerica.com. Gallagher with it. Sends it to Carlton. Carlton looking to do something with it on the inline, has to come back. Give to Metcalf. Pereira. Nice three-man game working here. Pereira in with the left. Defended. Speedy Williams tries to settle. Can't do anything with it. Sayadu will launch.
Anderson Sayadu has a go from about 25. Hits it well, just offline to the left. After a shaky start, Atlanta has grown into this match and is starting to take control.
Gordon Wild tries to collapse on that ball that was sent out by Lunt. He gets whistled for the foul.
He collapsed a little too much. Risky ball from Lunt, though.
Alexi Suahi to Speedy Williams and back. Sent deep with the right. Muscled off by Gallagher. Can is chasing. Who's going to get there first? It's going to be the keeper. Nicely done by Alec Can to shield there and keep it from Brian Ownby.
Brian Ownby's never going to give you an inch on the field. He is everywhere right now off to the left side for Louisville. He's going to chase down every opportunity for Lou City.
Conway chests it down, gives to Carlton, trying to spin out of trouble, looking for Luis Fernando. Nice idea, picked off. And the back and forth continues. It's going to be Francis. With the left, Ownby. Work in the middle, Speedy Williams nicely chested down. The right foot is there, sent far, and volleyed over the bar. A little too high there by Johnny, trying to get it settled. Here's your look with the left and up and over. Cannon Metcalf. Pushing the back on Luis Fernando. Keeps it with Lou City. George Campbell will get there, but opportunity here deeply for the boys in purple. Slide tackle missed, drop back, left foot deflected, and it's going to be a corner for Lou City. Activity in the box for the boys in purple.
Lawrence Wyke bails George Campbell out. It's a poor touch from Campbell, and then he slides in recklessly. No foul committed there. John A's shot is blocked by Metcalf and Wyke. Campbell has to put that into the stands instead of trying to settle it in his own 18.
Halfway through minute 20 here. Goalless at Fifth Third Bank Stadium. Sent to the far post, headed clear.
Excellent work from Campbell to go up and win that.
Trying to send it back in Lou City. Nothing happening there. Dion Pereira. Gordon Wild finds Metcalf. Pereira again. Nicely defended by Speedy Williams, but it'll be an ATLU TD2 throw. Pereira settles. Wild tries to do something with it, but it's going to be another throw in. Looking for Luis Fernando over the top of him. Paco Craig sends it forward. Wild is there to defend, and they're going to call a foul on Gordon Wild.
It's part of the evolution of Gordon Wild as a left back. He's been in the 18 with Atlanta United in CONCACAF Champions League matches and in regular season matches so far this season. He hasn't made an appearance in Major League Soccer yet. Last season with Charleston, he was explosive as a forward and as a winger.
Stephen Glass looking on to see what Oscar has in mind. Big sweeper with the right. Headed down. Asayadu will clear with the left. Can Jackson Conway get there before Francis? No. And Francis will send it all the way back to Lunt. We'll settle things down, and Louisville City will try it again. Speedy Williams. And the work forward as Oscar on the overlap sends it, and then Lawrence Wyke, nicely done in the middle of it all. Tries to run away from Spencer and send it forward with the left to Sayadu. And Del Piccolo gets it on him, so there's going to be a foul called on Sayadu and a chance for Lou City.
Another set piece opportunity for Louisville City. They're starting to exploit the right side of the field a little bit more. Niall McCabe sliding out to the right, combining well with Jimenez. It's really putting Atlanta under pressure. The foul here is Sayadu just a little reckless, trying to recover on Speedy Williams.
Coming up on minute number 23. In with the left. Can. Easy pickings.
Jimenez floated that one in. Led the team in assists last year from an outside back position. Set piece delivery and getting forward and putting in quality crosses. Oscar Jimenez contributes in a lot of ways for Lou City.
Andrew Carlton, Speedy Williams behind him and just picks it away from him. Nicely defended. Opportunity here for the visitors. Niall McCabe sends it in, headed away, up and away. And Jack Metcalf comes down with it to Gallagher. Metcalf forward. Francis there first. Del Piccolo. Pereira tries to backheel it forward, but it ends up with Stripes possession. Paco Craig nicely defended. Louisville City will reset.
The veteran Paco Craig against the teenager Jackson Conway.
A lot of action here in the middle third and the back and forth. And just to let you know who's up and who's down, where does your club sit? Find out every Monday in the official USL Championship Power Rankings, only on the website, uslchampionship.com. Francis with the left, all the way over to the other side, and Oscar, who settles it down. Speedy Williams Picked off that time by Metcalf. And Dion Pereira. Francis on his back a little bit. Campbell and Wild can't control it again, so it's going to be another Lou City throw with Oscar.
Atlanta's midfield, Metcalf's dropping pretty deep and allowing Asayadu and Carlton to play in front of him. Pereira and Fernando are also playing very tucked in, very narrow. Pereira especially supporting Conway up top.
Lunt looking for Francis. Gallagher gets there and ends up not being able to track it down.
Heavy ball from Jack Metcalf. He's going to want that one back. Good run from Gallagher. Late hit on John Gallagher as he goes in to win that. Ownby catches him. Gallagher entry ball blocked. Calls to Jeannet. Now Speedy Williams. Spencer gets a touch, but Atlanta recovers well. Gallagher back to Alec Can.
So let's see what Alec Can do here. 25 minutes in, 26 minutes in. Let me ask you, obviously with Tyler Ruthven not being involved tonight with a hamstring strain, with everything different at the back, you've got Lawrence Wyke, you've got Campbell back there, you've got Gordon Wild at left back. What have you seen?
Some shaky passing for sure out of the back, some shaky defending at times. Atlanta's figured it out in spurts. Louisville City's continuing to put them under pressure, though. They're just not getting any clear-cut chances to show for it.
Luis Fernando chasing, Ben Lunt. But Oscar is there. Conway with the slide, and they're going to call a foul.
A little surprising that at this stage, with as many narrow escapes as we've seen from Atlanta's defense, Louisville City has one shot.
There's Oscar again, and here's the foul.
Late challenge from Jackson Conway on Oscar Jimenez.
Spencer, Campbell on him. Ownby tried to send it to Speedy Williams, but it ends up with Andrew Carlton.
Dribbled into trouble.
Williams with the cute little lift, looking for Sonny, headed away.
Excellent by Wyke.
Sent forward. Paco Craig was there, and they're going to call him for the foul as he and Conway were going up for the joust.
Craig got the arm out on the side of Conway's head. Smart from the teenager to back in and draw the contact and earn the free kick. 17 years old, but he played 11 times last season in the USL. Signed his USL championship contract before the season started. Young, but has some experience at this level.
Metcalf and Wyke. Pereira. Sean Francis in behind. They're going to whistle Francis for that.
No need for Francis to go in that strong. A little reckless. Pereira earns a free kick in a more dangerous spot.
Quickly set by Metcalf and Carlton. Gallagher tried to go with the right, defended by Francis. And a throw. Gallagher and a push in the box. Nothing called there. Conway
Heavy
hit the
contact.
deck.
Heavy contact through the back of Jackson Conway.
Asayadu and Wyke are there to get the ball back, and here's Carlton. Carlton looking to send it into Conway. Francis will get there and try to turn on Pereira, slips on the turf, and it's out.
Louisville City having problems getting out of their own half right now.
There's that shot in the box by Speedy Williams.
Speedy Williams goes with the shoulder into Conway's back. A little surprised not to see a call made.
Pereira looking to do something with the left. Keeps it out to Asayadu. And Wild. Looking to move, sets it up with the left, sends it in. Lunt, easy grab.
Wild wins the 1v1, but the cross left a little to be desired. Too easy for Lunt to handle.
Sayadu trying to get there, but it's Speedy Williams who slips on the turf. It's not the first time I've said that, won't be the last. Sayadu gets it back to Campbell. Good dig there to turn with the left. You have Wild now playing catch. Pereira in the middle, couldn't hang on to it. Suahi has to send it back to Lunt, and they'll try it again. Looking for Oscar, headed down. Suahi with the left. Center circle. Looks like Campbell's going to get there first before Spencer does. Nicely shouldered away. And the look for Luis Fernando.
The Atlanta United Academy center back George Campbell showing some strength against the veteran Luke Spencer.
Halfway through minute 30, no score here at Fifth Third Bank Stadium between ATL UTD 2 and Louisville City FC. Pereira trying to go on Paco Craig, has to get it back to Wyke. Back
Good
to
look
Pereira.
from Wyke.
Nicely done. Pereira sets up with the left, looking for Luis Fernando, not enough on it. Oscar was there. He heads it clear, but it'll be a throw. Wild wanted to do it quickly, but he didn't have a partner.
With Gordon Wild pushing up so high, Atlanta needs to try to take advantage of that when he and Fernando can combine.
Looking for Carlton, got Speedy Williams instead. And Campbell just calms it down, heads it out. That's touched by Gordon Wild, so it'll be a little further down. Wyke shielding, so can grab. Left hand over to Gallagher, a lot of space. To Sayadu. And back to Wyke. Campbell. Back and forth with Metcalf. Now with Carlton. And Wild all the way back to Alec Can.
Good patience from Atlanta, drawing Louisville City out.
Token pursuit by Louisville City. Sent forward by Can. Francis wins the joust with Pereira, but Sayadu will try to chest it down. Owenby's there, nicely taken away by Anderson Sayadu. Conway's in front, Luis Fernando's in front. Step over, picked away.
After riding off two challenges, Sayadu took too long to make up his mind as he entered the final third. Francis recovered to pick him off.
Del Piccolo tried to do something in the middle of the pitch. Ownby intercepted by Wild.
Wild had to get that right. It was a 4-on-4 breaking for Louisville.
Luis Fernando. Oscar on him. Carlton has Gallagher on the switch if he can find him, and he does. Looking to drive. Cut back. Not enough.
Took a touch, though. It's a corner for Atlanta.
So it'll be another Creature Comforts corner as Francis was trying to defend there. So Carlton will take here in halfway through minute number 33.
Creature Comforts corner kick.
Not many touches for Carlton in the final third tonight. Let's see what he can do with this delivery.
Pereira's in the box. Conway rushing in. Looked like it was tried to be headed out, but it's going to be cleared by Louisville City.
Good delivery to the back post. Lawrence Wyke nearly got on the end of that one.
So
he's happy about that delivery. Gives the thumbs up to Carlton.
There you go. So Wyke in retreat, throw in. And back to Lawrence Wyke, intercepted by Captain Jack. Sent over to Gallagher. And back to Wyke. Tries to go for the big switch again over everybody, and that'll be a throw. Get updates and alerts all year long by following your club on ESPN.com. Search for Atlanta United 2. Then click the follow button to keep up with the latest news and scores. Plus get reminders on Atlanta United 2's next match. Go to ESPN.com now and click follow for your favorite club. All the way back to Alec Can in minute 35. And we knew coming in this was going to be a tough test for the Stripes, going up against the two-time defending champs.
They've handled it well with such a young lineup. They've had some issues. They've played through them. Not here, though. They recover.
Wild looking for the switch, and he'll find Gallagher. Has Asayadu with him. Gallagher running. Asayadu now. The idea, the lift, looking for either Pereira or Gallagher. Sent back toward him, nicely defended to gain possession again for the Stripes with Asayadu.
Final ball has to be better from Asayadu.
Tried to find Wild. Oscar picks it off. Nicely slid away by Campbell. Here comes Luis Fernando. Spencer on him.
No foul.
No whistle there, so it's going to be Louisville City. Ownby, and Asayadu gets back. Grab of the left shoulder, and there's a whistle.
Ownby's getting frustrated with Asayadu. It's 3 different times now that Asayadu's either taken it off of him or dribbled past him. You could see that one coming. Here's another look at it. Ownby chests it down. Asayadu just gets the position and gets dragged down.
Arm drag takedown by Ownby on Asayadu. Andrew Carlton looking for Pereira. Pereira's got it into the middle and defended. Gallagher with the left deflected again. Another opportunity for the Stripes, but it looks like Johnny's going to get there and clear.
2 shots from Gallagher tonight with the left foot, both blocked out in front.
Quickly, Metcalf, Asayadu to Wild. Couldn't quite settle it down, too hard to touch, and it's going to come back the other way with Louisville City. Niall McCabe.
Better from Asayadu there. Wild has to settle that down and put a ball into the 18.
Speedy Williams, Ownby, Del Piccolo, and back. Oscar tries to dribble out of trouble. Nicely done. Sent in with the right, looking for Spencer. Spencer's there, so is Can. Tries to figure out what to do at the left. In between the legs, defended by Alec Can, away from trouble. Big save.
Can got enough of it.
Yep.
It was almost the nutmeg goal, but it came off the inside of Alec Can's leg. Defense lets him down in front, but Alec Can makes the play to keep this scoreless. 1v1 with Luke Spencer. Spencer goes nutmeg. It comes off the outside or the inside of the right leg.
Alec Can stands strong. The deflection is all you need. And as we head toward minute 38, we're still scoreless.
First match for Alec Can in 2019. Comes up big there.
Luke Spencer had a couple of ideas in mind, kept trying to dribble to give himself more space. He ends up hitting it into Alec Can. Can deflects it for the save, and the Stripes will come back with it. Fernando, Metcalf, and Wild. Wild will go backwards all the way to Alec Can. Metcalf backtracking. He's being chased by Speedy Williams, so he'll send it back to Alec Can. Finds Wild.
Nifty touch from Wild to evade trouble.
Metcalf and Fernando. Foul there by Suahi on Jackson Conway.
It's a tough matchup tonight for Conway's up against 2 center backs that have a lot of experience and a lot of professional development in their careers. Suahi started at Le Havre in France. Paco Craig started at West Ham in England.
Asayadu nicely done to try to spring Conway. Suahi gets there first.
Nothing in it. nothing in it. Conway looking for one there as Suwahi lets that ride.
And fans, while you're at it, follow Atlanta United 2 and the rest of the USL Championship all season long on ESPN+. Home to the USL, MLS, UFC, and more. Join the over 2 million sports fans who've already discovered ESPN+ and watch the USL Championship live every week. Sign up today at ESPNplus.com.
John Hackworth not happy with the fourth official, pointing out a few different things to him. See if the message was heard.
Yep. Gallagher tried to find open space with Conway. It ends up being in Louisville City's hands. And Speedy Williams. Trying to spring Ownby. Chested down. Gallagher on him. Attempted a give and go is there. Gallagher defending. Pushing the back from Ownby, and that's the whistle.
Easy call. Ownby grabbed Gallagher and committed the foul. Foul's racking up for Brian Ownby. Has to be getting close to a persistent infringement. It was a good take initially, and then just a heavy touch. Gallagher gets the position on him. It's the simple grab the shoulders and sweep the legs. Not much John Hackworth can say about that one.
Nope.
Or not.
Sent out on the back and forth there in the tennis match, so it'll be a throw for Francis in Louisville City.
Game's getting chippy as we get late in the first half.
Yeah. All the way back to Suwahi and Lunt as Conway is in pursuit. Sent out, so it'll be a stripes throw. Wild and Campbell. One of the tremendous bright spots in the match against Hartford Athletic last week. Ownby and Wyke. And Wyke just sets it clear, so it'll be a corner for Lou City.
Had to make that decision, Lawrence Wyke. First USL Championship match for him. Bolton, England native. Looked up to the test. Had to get a foot in there under pressure. Would have loved to have given up the throw instead of the corner, but Atlanta has a chance to defend.
Oscar will send it in with the right, a little flatter this time, and cleared by Asayadu. Speedy Williams and Andrew Carlton. Settled down by Oscar. Nicely defended by Asayadu for a quick throw by Lou City. Oscar looking for Suwahi on the overlap. Wild is there to defend. Sent in with the right. A lot of stripes there, and Can will pick it up.
Gallagher shields Ownby off after the initial first touch and then gives Can an option.
Sent all the way to Pereira. What's he going to do at the elbow? Try to drive. Does on Paco Craig. Cuts it back with the right in the box. Carlton was there. And in the scramble, looks like Pereira will come back up with it. Another chance for the stripes. Pereira back to Asayadu, who will launch. Blocked. And getting there first is Francis, but once again, possession for the stripes.
Good first touch from Wyke to keep that moving.
Luis Fernando trying to work off Oscar. Speedy Williams is there, and Oscar sends it forward to spring Luke Spencer. Wyke is back, slips on the turf. Chance for Lou City with the right punch, clear by Can. Another opportunity. Ownby tried to do a scissor kick, picked up by Metcalf.
Alec Can comes up big again on Luke Spencer. Atlanta tries to get out of their own half. We'll get another look at that Luke Spencer shot and Alec Can save here in just a second.
Asayadu. Back and forth with Fernando. Metcalf is available, so is Gallagher with space. As Carlton off to his right. Tries to send it for Pereira, who gets there first. Tries to work some magic on the line, and they're going to call Pereira for a foul on Paco Craig.
Nice defending from Paco Craig. Let's go back to the shot from Spencer. Great head fake, puts Lawrence Wyke on the ground, and Alec Can with the left hand gets the big paw up, pops it up into the air. Ownby goes for the spectacular bike, doesn't make contact.
Whiffed on the bike kick there as we head toward the final minute.
For a player who has not appeared yet in 2019 before tonight, Alec Can's looking sharp.
Yep. Luis Fernando springs Gordon Wild. McCabe on him. Long run for Wild. Tries to slow it down into the corner, and he gets the call.
Gordon Wild earns a free kick deep in Louisville City territory.
So let's see what the thought pattern is here for the Stripes. Looks like Andrew Carlton. White going forward, Campbell going forward.
Two-man wall for Lou City. McCabe and Jeannet.
Instead chipped. Wild will send it in with the left, headed out by Paco Craig. Speedy Williams on Andrew Carlton. McCabe got there first, and he touched it last. Quickly back in. Here's Carlton. Tries to send it in far post, too much for Jackson Conway. 2 minutes will be added here at the end of the first half.
Carlton didn't miss by much. Jackson Conway trying to find some space at the back post. Slightly overhit from Andrew Carlton.
Luke trying to send everybody forward. Middle third, Asaidu gets there first. Volleyed forward. Gallagher having to backtrack against Ownby. Soft touch by Campbell. Can had to get rid of it with the left.
It took a hop on that ball back from Campbell.
Sent into the box. Sonny was there and tried to get it into Spencer. No go, and Atlanta United 2 escapes again.
Lawrence Wyke with the big slide makes that impossible to get a shot on goal.
Carlton. A lot of room looking for Gallagher, but Francis was there first. Speedy
Francis'
Williams.
attempted clearance nearly fell right to Jackson Conway.
Yeah. And Luke trying to spring Ownby, nothing doing, so it'll be a throw for the Stripes.
Surprised to see Louisville City struggle in transition. Such a veteran team under John Hackworth. When they're recovering possession, an opportunity like that, they wasted in the middle third.
8 players on this roster who played at least 20 matches last year. You lose Illich, you lose Lancaster, you lose Kyle Smith, you lose Greg Ranjitsingh in goal, but the veteran presence is there.
Might be the last opportunity for Atlanta to close out the half.
Gallagher with space. Pereira leaves it for Metcalf. And that'll do. First 45 in the books. And it wasn't without its close call right there at the end by Louisville City.
Louisville City had the more dangerous chances, forced Alec Can into 2 big saves. Overall quality of play, Atlanta had the chances, had the better of the run of play, but Louisville City looked more dangerous in the final third. Pretty even as we go to break.
So we are goalless after the first 45 minutes. We'll take a tour around the USL, let you know what else is going on around the league. Stick and stay. You're watching the USL Championship on ESPN+.
Los accidentes suceden sin avisar y conseguir el tratamiento médico que usted o un familiar merece puede resultar difícil si no cuenta con la ayuda de un buen abogado. Por eso nos dedicamos a pelear por sus derechos, asegurándonos que usted no solo reciba la compensación que merece, sino que también reciba la mejor atención médica. Le atendemos en español. 404-888-8888. Bader Law Firm, comprometidos con usted y su familia.
I knew your name before you did. I knew your fears, your hopes, I knew what you could accomplish, how great you could be. And I knew just where to take you when you got hurt.
You'll be back out there in no time.
For physical therapists and certified athletic trainers who only work with young athletes, there's Children's Healthcare of Atlanta Sports Medicine. Moms know.
There are never enough hours in the day, so you can't let sniffles, strep, or aches and pains slow you down. But finding great healthcare that fits your schedule can be tricky. With Piedmont Quick Care at Walgreens, you can get great same-day care right around the corner. There are 27 locations and counting, all with extended hours and most open 7 days a week. You can book an appointment online to get in, out, and on your way. Visit piedmont.org/quickcare now to learn more. Piedmont Quick Care at Walgreens, one stop to better.
Welcome back, Fifth Third Bank Stadium. It is goalless at the break between Atlanta United 2 and Louisville City FC. And Jason, obviously a bit of a makeshift back line with Tyler Ruthven not being in the lineup, but early thoughts on what you saw in the first 45?
George Campbell, decent tonight, not as strong as he was last week, but he's getting a lot of help from Lawrence White making his pro debut. The back line, we wondered about it coming in with two converted forwards on the outside. Gallagher looks completely comfortable defending. I think Wild improved in that area as the half went on.
We're going to take a peek at what's going on around the league. And there's a lot of stuff going on with the USL Championship, League One and League Two. And here's just a small piece of what's going on around the USL these days.
What does it take to be a champion? Skill, strength, vision, an unrelenting desire to prove your worth week in, week out. An army of fans behind you screaming your name. And sometimes just a bit of luck. For 631 games over the course of the next 9 months, 22 players will step on the field to answer the question, why will it be you and not them? And of 36 teams, from the champions of yesterday to the challengers of tomorrow, only one will be right.
To soccer fans across the United States, we want to say thank you for helping to create the most impressive, well-attended USL opening weekend in our history. With your support, we welcomed record crowds of over 91,000 fans to USL stadiums last weekend, and with over 3 million expected by the end of this season. This is a special moment, and if you're new to the USL, you're joining us at the most exciting time in league history. With more clubs and more games than ever before, the USL Championship is establishing itself as one of the premier second divisions in professional soccer around the world. In 2019 alone, we've welcomed to the USL family 7 new expansion teams in New Mexico, El Paso, Austin, Memphis, Birmingham, Hartford, and Loudoun. That's 7 new communities who now have professional soccer in their own backyard, and 7 new communities where local youth can now see a direct path to fulfilling their dreams of becoming professionals themselves. We're also reaching more people than ever before, courtesy of our partnership with ESPN+. Every single USL Championship game available online, and another 8 now shown on national television. More fans than ever before now can watch USL soccer from the comfort of their own home. So thank you, soccer fans. Thank you for joining us for what will be the biggest season in USL history.
91,000 in the first weekend alone, and Jason, you and I have already seen one of the new teams, one of the new 7. A lot of sellouts in those new 7 squads.
The 4 new clubs that had home matches in week 1 all sold their buildings out. Unbelievable growth here in the USL Championship in 2019.
When we come back, we'll take a look at the first half stats, let you know what else is going on. It is goalless at Fifth Third Bank. You're watching the USL Championship on ESPN+. Stick and stay. We'll be right back.
y conseguir el tratamiento médico que usted o un familiar merece. Puede resultar difícil si no cuenta con la ayuda de un buen abogado. Por eso nos dedicamos a pelear por sus derechos, asegurándonos que usted no solo reciba la compensación que merece, sino que también reciba la mejor atención médica. Le atendemos en español. 404-888-8888. Bader Law Firm, comprometidos con usted y su familia.
I knew your name before you did. I knew your fears, your hopes. I knew what you could accomplish, how great you could be. And I knew just where to take you when you got hurt.
You'll be back out there in no time.
For physical therapists and certified athletic trainers who only work with young athletes, there's Children's Healthcare of Atlanta Sports Medicine. Moms know.
There are never enough hours in the day, so you can't let sniffles, strep, or aches and pains slow you down. But finding great healthcare that fits your schedule can be tricky. With Piedmont Quick Care at Walgreens, you can get great same-day care right around the corner. There are 27 locations and counting, all with extended hours and most open 7 days a week. You can book an appointment online to get in, out, and on your way. Visit piedmont.org/quickcare now to learn more. Piedmont Quick Care at Walgreens, one stop to better.
Welcome back to Fifth Third Bank Stadium. Halftime rolling on here between Atlanta United 2 and Louisville City, the two-time defending champs here in the USL Championship. Had a bit of a rough go in week 1, losing to North Carolina FC. And Atlanta United 2 getting the win last week against Hartford Athletic. Take a peek at the stats. What do you see?
Pretty even. Louisville City's had the 2 shots on target. Alec Cans had to come up big in both of those. ATL UTD2 is controlling the possession 56% to 44. They're playing in Louisville City's half a good bit, but Anderson Asadu, a player we've talked about a lot tonight, he's led the team in passes in Louisville City's half, but he's only completing them at 60%. Has to be better at stringing passes together and creating better chances.
You've mentioned the likes of Wyke and Wild getting, I think Gordon Wild getting more acquainted and comfortable in his play. What about the guys up front? You see Jackson Conway trying to get open. Andrew Carlton seemingly being clamped down a lot by Louisville City.
Look, Conway's not going to get a lot of space against Paco Craig and Alexi Suwahi. They're not going to let him get many touches initially. He's going to be picking up those secondary touches. Same for Andrew Carlton. Speedy Williams is all over him. Del Piccolo's helping him. It's going to have to be guys like Asayadu. Pereira's looked very lively. Luis Fernando had a nice start, kind of drifted out of the match as it went on. Dion Pereira cutting inside to help Carlton. Asayadu stepping up higher to play with him as a number 10. Very key for Atlanta to create more chances.
Let's take a look at the first 45, but we're going to go to break first and let you know what else is going on around the league. Goalless, Louisville City, Atlanta United 2. Stick and stay. We'll be right back for the second half, just around the corner.
Los accidentes suceden sin avisar y conseguir el tratamiento médico que usted o un familiar merece puede resultar difícil si no cuenta con la ayuda de un buen abogado. Por eso nos dedicamos a pelear por sus derechos, asegurándonos que usted no solo reciba la compensación que merece, sino que también reciba la mejor atención médica. Le atendemos en español. 404-888-8888. Bader Law Firm, comprometidos con usted y su familia.
I knew your name before you did. I knew your fears, your hopes. I knew what you could accomplish, how great you could be. And I knew just where to take you when you got hurt.
You'll be back out there in no time.
For physical therapists and certified athletic trainers who only work with young athletes, there's Children's Healthcare of Atlanta Sports Medicine. Moms know.
There are never enough hours in the day, so you can't let sniffles, strep, or aches and pains slow you down. But finding great healthcare that fits your schedule can be tricky. With Piedmont Quick Care at Walgreens, you can get great same-day care right around the corner. There are 27 locations and counting, all with extended hours and most open 7 days a week. You can book an appointment online to get in, out, and on your way. Visit piedmont.org/quickcare now to learn more. Piedmont Quick Care at Walgreens, one stop to better.
Welcome back. Halftime rolls on here at Fifth Third Bank Stadium. goalless, but there was a lot of action. You mentioned Alec Can being a very busy soul in the first half, so I guess let's figure out what happened in the first 45 minutes here. And early on, Luis Fernando
forces Loom to swat that away. Jack Metcalf picks up a yellow for an obvious foul on Ownby. A little of the miscommunication from Atlanta. Can has to slide out in front of White to grab that. Luis Fernando gets the through ball, has maybe one of the best chances of the half, but puts it wide, doesn't force the save.
And it looked like Louisville City had some opportunities to try to get on net, and launches and blocks seem to be the way of the first 45 at times.
Johnny shot blocked. Gordon Wild down the left wins the 1v1, but doesn't win the cross. This is where Campbell and White both go to the same ball. It falls to Spencer. Can gets a slight touch as Spencer goes nutmeg looking for the opening goal.
And we'd mentioned about what we saw with Atlanta United 2 in the first 45. What about the boys in purple in Lou City? What have you seen in the defending champs as they're trying to come off of a rough run last week? What'd you see in that first 45?
Well, we talked about it with Asayadu in the attacking half. You can look at Niall McCabe and say the same thing, and we saw him on a couple of touches there late in that highlight package. McCabe leads Louisville City with passes in the attacking half, but he's only completing them at 50%. Both teams are struggling as they get closer to goal. That has to change here in the second half. You start to look at the bench. Lucky M. Kassan is a player you expect to see for Louisville City. On the Atlanta side, maybe Patrick Okonkwo, who had his ups and downs with Charleston last year on loan. But when he was on, he was very explosive, and we saw him in a preseason match this spring looking very good.
All right, let's take a peek at what is going on around the league. And right now in the 60-minute and past the 60-minute mark, Indy 11 with a big lead, and they got it in the first 20 minutes.
Veteran Indy 11 side making their debut in 2019. 2-0 lead over Charlotte. Indy picked up Illich from Louisville.
And a lot of matchups tomorrow coming up, but Real Monarchs and the El Paso Locomotives, another one of those teams, another one of the 7 new ones going at it tomorrow.
El Paso conceded in the first minute in their home opener. They had a great crowd on hand for it. They go on the road to Real Monarchs tomorrow. Monarchs have been one of the strongest teams in the Western Conference historically.
And we've also mentioned coming up the next couple of weeks, we've mentioned about the USL rebrand, the new look USL with the championship. League One's coming up in a couple of weeks' time, League Two, and they've also mentioned USLA this week with Academy as well.
The Academy plans are really exciting for USL, eventually looking to grow that into a fully fledged league. That's part of the overall growth strategy for USL across the board. Excited to see League One get kicked off by the end of this month.
Championship Team of the Week last week had some Atlanta United 2 presence in it with Brendan Moore, who got the 6-save shutout. So he was the goalkeeper of the Championship Team of the Week. Player of the Week went to Colorado Springs Switchbacks midfielder Shane Malcolm, who got the hat trick last week.
First hat trick in Colorado Springs Switchbacks history. Halfway to his goal scoring total from 2018 already.
Other folks from the Eastern Conference in the Team of the Week: Kavita from St. Louis FC, Pape Diakite with the Rowdies, Zach Zandy at Bethlehem, Tommy McCabe from North Carolina FC. Louisville City fans, hold your ears as I talk about that one. Tom Barlow from Red Bulls 2, and Devin Sandoval from New Mexico United got into the Championship Team of the Week last week.
Former ATL UTD2 forward Devin Sandoval scored the first goal for his hometown team in Albuquerque last week. Kind of fitting, huh?
Yeah, very cool.
First signing in New Mexico United history. It's like no changes to open half number 2.
Yep. So you're going to have ATL UTD2 going from your left to right on your monitor as you're watching. And we're underway in the second 45.
Louisville in the 46th minute, entering the field.
Take that back. We do have a substitution for Louisville.
Leaving the match is number 12, Sonny Johnny.
Your substitution here is George Davis the 4th, 22 in white for Sonny Johnny. So 22 in, 12 out in the 45th minute here for Lou City.
Dion Pereira tries to slip Gordon Wild in. Brian Ownby checking back, defending, plays that out for a throw.
Wild and Carlton. Back heel nicely done to Luis Fernando. Try to get the lift through. Nice three-man game going here. What can Carlton do with it? He's going to try to spring Fernando with a back heel of his own. Pressure here by the Stripes early on in this corner.
Ooh, Carlton nutmeg to Wild.
Wild with the left. Del Piccolo there, and it's going to be a Creature Comforts corner kick for the Stripes.
3v2 overload for Atlanta. They earn the corner out of it.
Corner kick is brought to you
Great
by
vision from
Creature
Andrew
Comforts
Carlton
Brewing
to pick
Company,
out Gordon Wild.
reminding you to be courteous and pursue your passion.
So let's see what Carlton has in mind. Conway to the near, lifted to the far, punched out by Lunt, and it's going to be a throw for the Stripes.
Anderson Asayadu leaves it. John Gallagher will take this throw.
Gallagher looking for a partner. Pereira ends up with Conway. Paco Craig was there, but Conway has it. Back and forth, but picked up by Davis. It's going to stick with the Stripes for a throw, and Gallagher. Pereira back heel, Conway.
What a back heel from Dion Pereira. Such a skilled player, the youngster coming over from Watford this season. Leaves it for Conway, who's not happy with the effort. Needs to do better there and test the goalkeeper.
How many back heels have we seen in the first 2 minutes and 20 seconds?
At least 70. If you're going to have more back heels like that from Pereira, he can do that all night long. Conway's got to put that on frame, though.
Lunt sends it in. Won by Wild, headed out of bounds, so it'll be a throw by Oscar. Suahi looking over to Francis. Marked by Pereira. Couldn't do anything with it, so it'll be a Stripes throw. Conway tries to head it. He does, but it goes to Suahi instead. Carlton pursues. Ends up heading back to Lunt. Brings it forward with the right. But in the lane are the Stripes. Carlton was offside. He had to come back for it. Couldn't touch it as Metcalf sent it deep.
Conway was too. That's why he had to check back.
Oscar's available to Lunt if he wanted to go for the long throw. Suahi is there on one side, Craig on the other. And so he'll send Paco Craig. Speedy Williams picked off, but picked back. Davis was trying to get there, but nicely defended and back to Alacan.
Defensively tonight, John Gallagher, maybe his best match in an ATL UTD2 shirt. He's been able to get forward as well, but defensively, he's been solid all night.
Conway was there, couldn't come down with it. Craig and Oscar, but getting there first was Gordon Wild, so it'll be a throw. Quickly put back in for Oscar, looking for Ownby and Spencer, but headed out of the box. Settled down and Asayadu.
White gets in there in front of Luke Spencer. Brian Ownby, so savvy at creating space, through the head fake on the throw, then puts a nice ball into Luke Spencer. White up to the challenge.
Campbell briefly was thinking about what he did, flags up. Created an opportunity for Louisville City, but it was offside.
We talked about it in the first half. Now Louisville City is focusing on attacking this right side. Brian Ownby is operating more over on the right now. Davis has the left side, flanking Spencer.
Alec Can sends it in, looking for Conway. Francis is there. Pereira leaves it for Wyke. Back and forth with them. Trying to do something with it. Gallagher was there, but it's going to be a throw, and Francis will do it. Trying to spring Davis. White got there first off Davis, and it'll be a Stripes throw. Alongside Jason Longshore, I'm John Nelson. Thanks for accessing us however you are doing so here tonight with the USL Championship and Atlanta United 2 and Louisville City FC here on ESPN+.
Pressure from Luke Spencer earns a throw. Lawrence White did not handle the pressure well.
Francis looking to go deep with it. McCabe is there. Spencer is there. Ownby is there. Looked like it slipped through his hands, got too much loft on it. McCabe will come down with it to give to Francis and chest it out. It'll be a goal kick.
Sean Francis recently called up to the Jamaican national team. CONCACAF Nations League final qualifier in this upcoming international break. Jamaica will be facing El Salvador. Francis and Speedy Williams both making that trip from Louisville.
2 of 3 players for Louisville City FC getting call-ups. We talked about Sonny Johnny getting one as well. Campbell pressured by Ownby, having to play it back to Alec Can. Pressure from behind.
That's fine from George Campbell, though. Alec Can gave him the option back.
Carlton trying to dribble out of trouble. Speedy Williams on him. Switch was not there, but it wasn't handled well by Davis, and it ends up back with the stripes.
Caught Davis by surprise. Metcalf fights through it to win possession.
Has opportunity to left and right. Gordon Wild on the switch if he wants it. He's going to go far post. Too much underneath it. Nothing there.
Don't think Metcalf could make the decision quick enough on where he wanted to go with that.
Fans follow Atlanta United 2 and the rest of the USL Championship season all season long on ESPN+, home to the USL, MLS, UFC, and more. Join the over 2 million sports fans who've already discovered ESPN+ and watch the championship, the USL Championship, live every week. Sign up today at ESPNplus.com. Chested down by Seyadu. Oscar let it go. Sent back to Alexi Swahi. Fernando pressuring. Oscar is there. Looking for Spencer. Campbell's there first. All the way back to Wyke. Pressure from Davis. Gets caught in the sand a little bit. Can gets it out of there and cleared. Pereira.
Good work by Atlanta to play out of trouble.
Yep. McCann will send it deep with the left, looking for Conway, who's there. Can't quite settle it down, but he will on the second chance. Pereira gets his pocket picked by Davis. Ooh, sent back again.
Fresh legs from Davis.
Trying to spring Spencer, but it looks like Can will get there first, and he does.
Not sure what Luke Spencer's doing right there.
Yeah.
We need to get another look at that. I'm not sure what Luke Spencer is thinking on that. There's no reason to challenge the goalkeeper there.
Nope.
Here's the replay now. It's a through ball from Davis after the nice work on the wing.
Here comes Can.
And he slipped. It's not Luke Spencer's fault. He slipped in front of him.
Yep.
Great replay there. Great angle on this. He tries to hold up and just slips.
Yep.
Yeah, it makes contact. Completely unintentional.
Nicely done in the truck, guys.
Alec Can's all right. He's up. Luke Spencer's okay as well.
I mean, you have 12 sprinklers going at halftime. You had 12 sprinklers going pregame. This pitch has been...
It's a slick track.
And given a couple of moments there. You had a couple of spin outs. Campbell challenged by Ownby. Carlton is there. Leaves it for Seyadu. Seyadu will try to spring Conway. In between ideas was Paco Craig. Francis back nicely to help defend.
Players all over the field are a little worried about the footing. They're a little hesitant. Well, on Atlanta.
Trying to quickly reset, and then looks like a foul on Carlton as Seyadu ended up with it.
Carlton just trying to slow up the...
Trying to slow up Speedy.
Yeah. It worked. That did not work.
No.
A little surprised that's not a yellow, actually. Andrew Carlton right in front of the free kick.
Yep.
Just picks it off.
Elton Garcia with a bit of a discussion. If you would please not do that, sir. Again. It's a bit of a talking to there. Nicely done to Oscar. Owenby into the box, nicely defended by Campbell. Chests it down and will clear with the left.
Louisville City a little bit more of a front three to start the second half. Keeping the ball in their attacking half more often than they did in the first.
Davis on Wyke. Spun out. So it's going to be a goal kick. It's that same section of turf over there off to the side of the Atlanta United net. Well, once again, when you had all these sprinklers going, you had them going pregame, you had them going halftime. You're going to have moments like this.
Davis hit the Mario Kart banana peel over there. Completely lost it.
Can will force it with the left now. Looking for Conway. Got Francis instead. Chipped in. Over one. Looking for Spencer. And Can had to go back to get it. Couldn't quite get it in time, or did he?
No. Wyke with a poor decision there to head back.
Here's the other look. Heading back, Can trying to chase. Nope.
Wyke did put the header away from goal, but not on the same page. Alec Can and Lawrence Wyke.
Oscar with the left. Can with the punch. Del Piccolo in the box, and they're going to whistle him for that.
Del Piccolo with a heavy collision on Alec Can as he came through. Here's another look at that corner. Can gets the punch. Del Piccolo kind of turning, catches Can as he comes through.
All 6'1", 170 pounds with him up in the air. Hit Can a little high.
I caught him in the jaw. Can making sure everything functions. Looks like it does. He's going to be all right. An eventful 2019 debut for Alec Can.
Yes. Here in minute 59. Conway trying to turn on Paco Craig. Doesn't happen. Goes all the way back to Lunt. Conway in pursuit. And Campbell was there.
Aerial battle there for George Campbell.
Can with the left. Luis Fernando was there. Del Piccolo was there first. Davis. McCabe looking to spring on the give and go. And it ends up in the hands of Alec Can.
McCabe is getting his opportunities in the final third, not connecting on the final ball. City drops off now, lets Alec Can advance it a little bit.
Conway posting up, wins the joust, but it ends up with Del Piccolo center circle. Campbell and Wyke.
Atlanta just can't get any sustained possession here in the second half.
Metcalf, Asayadu. Metcalf again, back to Campbell. Sends it forward with the right. Luis Fernando was there, but Del Piccolo gets there first, and it's back to Lunt, and Louisville City will try it again. Sent deep, looking for Ownby. Campbell gets there. Wild will settle. Oscar on him, and back to Alec Can.
Oscar closed Wild down quickly, made him play backwards.
Get updates and alerts all year long by following your club on ESPN.com. Search for Atlanta United 2, then click the follow button to keep up with the latest news and scores. Get reminders on Atlanta United 2's next match. Go to ESPN.com now and click follow for your club. Francis. To Davis. 61st minute, halfway through it. Still scoreless. Louisville City and Atlanta United 2. Here's Oscar with the right, too much under it.
Louisville's had a lot of the ball here in the last 5-10 minutes.
Yep.
Nothing to show for it, though. They're preparing a substitution. Nothing yet from Atlanta United 2.
So let's see what John Hackworth is thinking here with his second sub. Davis was brought in the 45th. There's Lawrence Wyke with a head of steam. Asayadu settles, tries to turn, grabbed by McCabe, and that's a card for Asayadu going in. We'll get the yellow there in the 62nd as he was going in after, it looked like he was going after Del Piccolo.
Heavy challenge from Asayadu. It's the free kick for Atlanta, but Asayadu picks up the yellow. Abdou Jam is going to check in for Louisville. Here's another look. Asayadu just gets grabbed, and as he continues, goes in very recklessly. Left leg, straight leg, stud showing.
Yep. So Abdou Jam comes in for Luke Spencer here in the 63rd. One sub left now for John Hackworth.
Correction, a warning has been issued to Atlanta. Anderson
Abdou Jam, one of the all-time leading scorers at UConn in their history. This is his rookie year as a professional. He had 6 game-winning goals in 2018 for the Huskies. Louisville City looking for some of that magic tonight.
Jackson Conway. Metcalf nicely done shielding there so they can maintain possession, and Wyke sends it forward again. Turn, Francis, and they finally get the whistle there as Gallagher was trying to work it forward.
It's a nice turn by John Gallagher earning that free kick.
So let's see what Jack Metcalf can do here in minute 64. Wyke and Carlton. Carlton with the turn. Speedy Williams on him. Drifts it back to Metcalf. Back into Carlton. Carlton looking to cut back. Far post, too much, but Wild is there. Can he settle in time? Deflection and finally cleared by Lou City. A scare by Atlanta United 2.
The movement from Andrew Carlton off the ball to create the space, and then Metcalf sees it, gives him the ball back. It's a good delivery from Carlton to the back post, but it was the movement off the ball from Andrew Carlton that created that opportunity.
Wild with the lift to Conway. Back and forth with Pereira. Conway thought about it with the right. Thought Gallagher would be in the corner. Looks like he's going to get there first. But Francis, nicely done to keep it from going into the box, and he'll send it. Looking to spring somebody, but George Campbell will get there first. And back to Alec Can. Gordon Wild, once again back to Can. Abdou Jam kind of pressuring there. Speedy Williams. Folks backed off of it in both kits, but Williams ends up with it. Turning to Ownby. Ownby and Oscar. McCabe is there. Campbell on him. Cut back pass. Nicely defended. Well done by the Stripes.
Wyke gets it right. Then Campbell leaves it quickly for Wild. Atlanta tries to break. Get another look at that. Lawrence Wyke with the clearance right in front of Jam.
And Asayadu, nicely done. Finds Luis Fernando. Del Piccolo on him. Chance here for the Stripes. Fernando looking to go. Step over. Left. There. Shot. Kick save. Kick saved by Lunt. Del Piccolo getting after it with Pereira. Flick to stay in by Ownby. And it's a foul on Pereira as he was trying to make sure that Oscar wouldn't do anything with it.
Luis Fernando out on the wing with the step over, beats Del Piccolo, cuts it back to Pereira. First time Lunt with the kick save. Then Louisville City earns the free kick as they try to get out of trouble. First big save of the night for Ben Lunt.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention, please. Substitution for
And that's it
Atlanta.
for Gordon Wild for the night.
In the 66th minute, entered the field.
Player that we liked a lot last
Guillermo
week in his debut for Atlanta, Guillermo Benitez. Young Panamanian left back checks in. More of a natural left back, but you don't sacrifice anything with Benitez going forward.
Benitez last week against Hartford had 1 gear.
He's going to have to defend a good bit tonight, more than he did last week.
Wyke back to Can. And here come the stripes again. Through Speedy Williams. Pereira will hang on to it. As he was working with Gallagher. Conway now chasing Paco Craig. Trying to deny Craig the opportunity to send it back to Lunt. So all he can do is try to send it forward with his left. It'll be a stripes throw.
Good work from Gallagher and Conway. 2v1 on Paco Craig. Split the difference, and Craig didn't know where the defenders were going. He plays it out for the throw.
Pereira, Del Piccolo on him. Tries to get through 3 Lou City players, and he does. What does Gallagher do? Sends it right into Francis. It'll be a deep throw.
The CV on Dion Pereira coming over from Watford was that his 1v1 ability was off the charts. Just wasn't putting everything together there. Made a couple of appearances in the Premier League in his first season with the first team. Big opportunity for him in Atlanta, and he's showing flashes of brilliance.
Wyke. Asayadu. And they're going to call a foul on Wyke as he was trying to defend against Lou City.
Not sure how much contact Lawrence Wyke made there.
Abdujam gets the call for Lou City, so it'll be an opportunity here to start things up as we're getting toward minute 69. About 20 minutes to go. Goalless here at Fifth Third Bank Stadium. Thanks for accessing us, and thanks for hanging out with us however you are doing so here on ESPN Plus.
Benitez wins the header down to Fernando.
Benitez now with it. Springs Carlton. Right foot hook. And again another mitt in the air by Ben Lunt for the big save.
Andrew Carlton tries to pick out the upper 90 on the far side, but Ben Lunt is up to the challenge. First year out of Akron, FC Cincinnati loanee. Up to the test there. Big right hand to push that away from Carlton.
It's time for another
a lot behind it. Creature Comforts corner kick for ATL UTD2. Carlton has Luis Fernando short. Sends it in low. Headed. Asayadu top of the box. Would have been wide right if he was a Kennesaw State Owl.
Eyes lit up from Asayadu as he sees that one fall into him.
And there's the look. Yep, he knew it.
Even the referee had to have a comment about that one.
Mm-hmm.
Louisville somehow keeps it in.
Well done by Francis. Back to Paco Craig. Abdujam couldn't get a hold of it, so it goes back to Wyke. And Gallagher. Wyke will try to send it forward. Doesn't get a whole lot under it, but Pereira keeps it in. Back to Metcalf. Sent forward looking for Conway. Chested down Suahi. McCabe. Turn. Fire blocked. Oscar. Benitez on him. Left for Ownby. Tried to do something. Ownby thought that Campbell touched it with his hand. Tried to get the call. Didn't happen. So it's going to be a corner for Louisville City.
He did get the call. He did get the call. It's off of Campbell.
There you go.
Left arm is out. Inside about 10 yards from the corner. Oscar's going to take this.
Two-man wall for the Stripes. Lifted. Headed clear by Wyke. Carlton trying to close on Francis. Easy pickings for Alacan. Campbell. Benitez. And the return to Wyke. Ooh, spin move there. Stripes keep possession. Big switch to Benitez. He'll cut through a couple. Gets to Oscar. Too much for Luis Fernando. Great idea. Quickly back at it. Kept in nicely by Ownby. Chance for Lou City here and through almost. Campbell nicely done. Ricocheted again. Wyke gets in the way. Paco, Craig, and Francis.
Game getting stretched out right now.
Ownby trying to go on Gallagher with the left and in. Header goes in. It's Abdujam in the 72nd. You mentioned the game gets stretched and Lou City gets on the board.
That goal's all Brian Ownby's. We talked about him in the lead up to the match. Brian Ownby starts with the tightrope walk on one side of the field, ends up on the other side, left-footed cross to the near post. All Jam has to do is go up and meet it. Alec can't get off his line quick enough. It's over Lawrence Wyke. Brian Ownby puts it on a platter for Abdou Jam.
And the two-time champs get their first lead of the year, scoring late last week in their 4-1 loss to North Carolina FC. So now what can the Stripes do here in the final 20 minutes?
See how the young side bounces back. They had really grown into the match and had a flurry of chances in the preceding 10 minutes before that goal. How do they respond now?
Luis Fernando over his head. Oscar is there. It's Benitez. Fernando. Carlton. Looked upper 90 last time with the right. Springs. Pereira can't do it. It's another bit of a scrum, but it's finally cleared.
Pereira just couldn't find it. It's nice hesitation from Andrew Carlton to let Pereira make that run and get into a pocket of space.
Benitez tried to gate Speedy Williams. Didn't happen. Ends up with Ownby, who tries to spring Jam again, but it ends up right in the hands of Alacan. Gallagher, Pereira. Pushing a drag down. You're going to get a whistle there.
Ooh, could have played advantage. John Gallagher pounces on it and is off to the races.
And end up being a kick instead. Metcalf quickly.
Get that call instead of the advantage. It's a really smart foul to make.
Yep. Benitez on Oscar. Looking to work with the left. Trying to turn Jackson Conway. Bumped off the ball by Speedy Williams.
The second time Speedy Williams has come in from behind on Jackson Conway with a shoulder in the back.
Carlton deflected into the box. Oscar tries to clear it. Can't. Luis Fernando. Three in front of him. Pereira tries to launch a rocket off some white kits. It ends up with Del Piccolo. Or sorry, with McCabe and Ownby. But Asadu gets there, but he can't keep it in.
Pereira's shot at the top of the 18 gets blocked. Here's the hit on Conway as he turns. Might have been going down a little bit before that. Not quite the shoulder in the back that it looked like live. Now Conway slips as he's trying to chase.
Yep. He spins out on Suahi, back to Luton, over to the other side. Francis will settle for Paco Craig. Del Piccolo with the left, trying to get Ownby clear. He'll settle it down offside.
Atlanta preparing a substitution, two substitutions in their next opportunity.
A lot of free run here. Pereira.
Gallagher dragged down off the ball.
Conway. Luis Fernando with the left. It's deflected and cleared again by Lou City.
We'll see if a yellow card's coming for that drag down on Gallagher off the ball.
Metcalf. Slide by Ownby. Pereira's there with Francis. Metcalf into the box. Paco Craig up into the air, and it will be a Creature Comforts corner kick.
Should be a yellow card there. John Gallagher played it inside and continued his run and was just taken down off the ball.
Nothing from Elton Garcia.
The advantage in that case was correct. Surprised Garcia doesn't come back to it, though.
For another Creature Comforts corner kick.
Carlton. Gallagher. And back. Right into the box, headed clear.
Carlton drops it right on the penalty spot. No red and black jerseys there.
77th minute. Louisville City up 1-0 against the Stripes. Wyke over Conway, over everybody. It'll be a goal kick.
Now we'll get those substitutions from Atlanta.
Will Vint will come in.
Vint and Okonkwo will be checking in. Vint, an Atlanta United Academy product. Joined the academy last fall from Manchester United.
So Will Vint in for Andrew Carlton in the 77th. And Conway out, Okonkwo in as well. So it is now Okonkwo.
Curious to see how this changes for Atlanta. Okonkwo in for Conway is a like for like. Okonkwo will just move in to the forward role, the number 9 role. Vint, last week we saw him playing a deeper role, and it looks like he'll be doing that. Anderson Asayadu is going to be stepping up higher to help Pereira, Luis Fernando, and Patrick Okonkwo try to get Atlanta back into this.
Lund. Looking for Jam. Campbell got there first, and he's down after the contact that he made, winning the joust initially. He's down, and it is not looking good.
That's the last thing you want to see when you just made your final substitutions. Lawrence White cleaned it up and played it out for the throw. To go back and see if we can tell what happened there for Campbell. It's the left leg. Can't tell if it's a cramp or something with the knee.
I'm trying to work on flexibility here at the moment.
Looks like the left calf.
Okay. And what we've seen in George Campbell in the first 168 minutes of action here in the first 2 games has been tremendous from the academy product.
Outstanding center back, and he's really new at playing center back, to be honest. Campbell started as a midfielder in Atlanta United's academy, converted to center back in the last couple of seasons. Still learning the role. A good start to his USL championship. He's moving around okay. I think he's going to be all right to continue.
Yep. That's good news.
When he went down off the ball, you always worry that it's something more, but this one just looks like a cramp.
Yep. Oscar with the throw here in minute 80. Trying to get some help from Ownby. Will Vint gets in the way. Benitez gets upended. Nice flick on here. Ownby looking to cut it back. Nicely done to defend and clear, but not all the way out. Back to Ownby with the right. Big touch. Ends up going across the goal mouth and not into it. And here come the Stripes again with Pereira. Del Piccolo tries to grab him down. They're going to call the whistle there.
Louisville City not going to let Pereira get out on the run.
Nope.
Del Piccolo commits the foul early. 10 minutes for Atlanta to find an equalizer.
Metcalf. Vint. Campbell. Wyke to Benitez. Cuts it back on Oscar. Springs Asayadu. Heavy touch, but he hangs on to it. Luis Fernando's there with the left. Off another couple sets of cleats, but it's cleared by Lou City. Campbell is there to go up against Jam, and he'll get the flick backwards to Lawrence White.
Campbell heads it away to safety. Lets White recover.
Good work from Wyke in his first match. And Okonkwo has an opportunity, spills it and spills Loot at the same time. Okonkwo looking for a call, didn't get it.
Loot gets the touch. Okonkwo tries to turn, and Loot does make the contact and bring him down.
Yeah.
Don't think Okonkwo is getting on the end of it. We'll take a look at that in just a minute.
Yep. And see what went down. Francis looking for some help, and he's just playing back and forth with Del Piccolo. Headed down, Pereira, and out. Let's take a peek.
Ball in over the top, gets through the defender, Craig. Okonkwo gets a touch, Loot gets a touch. Seen that called before.
Yeah.
Also seen it not called. I think that one's ultimately the right call.
And that is the night for Brian Ownby. Sean Tosh will be coming in now.
It's a good night for Ownby. Gets the assist right now on the go-ahead goal. He was a pest all night for Louisville City. And when he needed to show his quality in the final third, Brian Ownby did.
Both teams have now used their 3 subs. So this is who you're going to finish with in the final 10 minutes. Pereira. Looking for Okonkwo too much. Del Piccolo. Looking to do something with the left. He does, but way over the head of Abdijam.
George Davis, the fourth, moves up top to play with Jam. Tosh will drop in and help defend this lead.
Benitez on McCabe, headed into the sent into the box, headed clear, but Benitez is back there with it. Double teamed in the corner. Oscar is there. McCabe is there. Benitez is there. Headed clear. Metcalf. And back. Will Vent calling for it. Goes back to Campbell. Now Will Vent. Luis Fernando spins out Oscar again, gets it back. Vent looking to launch with the left, and he loses his footing.
That banana peel moved to the other corner.
I think it's been a whole bunch of those tonight. Metcalf. Center circle. Gallagher. And returns. Thought about a big switch, just sends it back to Will Vent, center circle. Will Vent on a dime to Dion Pereira. Dribbles out of trouble. Speedy Williams is there out of Fernando's cleats. Pereira gets it back, tries to drive, and it ends up with Benitez.
Louisville City clogging the middle. No room for Pereira to work.
Too much there from Campbell, looking for Metcalf. And now Abdijam gets sprung. Can Campbell get back? Nicely defended there by Campbell. Last touch by him, it'll be a Lou City throw.
That's excellent work from the academy player, Campbell. He's not 100%. We saw him go down earlier. Doesn't have the speed that he had earlier in the night. But he drops into a good defensive position, forces that out for the throw, and allows his team to recover.
Okonkwo chasing. Paco Craig, but now it's to Suahi, who will lift to Francis. Del Piccolo. Gallagher. Speedy Williams, and it looks like Lou City finally has a chance to settle it down a little bit with Del Piccolo. Davis and Jam back to Francis. Working a little possession here with the 1-0 lead. Speedy Williams asking for it, finally does get it, wants to go with the left. Nice slide by White to make sure that no shot happens. McCabe with the right, cuts it back, nicely defended, but Davis is there and he can't hang on.
Lawrence White sliding, stretching, reaching out, getting a boot in a lot of different places to keep Louisville City off the board in that opportunity. White's having to step up a little bit with Campbell laboring.
Metcalf and Vent.
Good ball from Vent.
Benitez looking to drive. He cuts it back with the right. Space is there, but the clogged middle means that a White kick gets there now. Davis to Jam. Stripes getting back quickly with Wyke and Metcalf and Vint and Campbell there. Nicely defending along the touchline.
Good work from Campbell again, keeping Jam out wide.
Tosh works it back and gets it back. Oscar. And all the way back to Loon. Pereira tried to close it down. Francis got there first, so it's going to be Paco Craig and Del Piccolo. 87th minute. Loon got under it a little bit. Metcalf gets there first. And the back and forth will keep it with Louisville City. Speedy Williams, Oscar looking to send Davis. He does, but it's going to get to Can first, and he'll send it back out quickly. White cuts in front of Metcalf there. He'll send it deep with the right. Gallagher is there on Francis. Pereira with the left sends it into the box, looking for Benitez, headed back, and it looks like Aseyadu will get there first. He'll let it go out for a throw.
Excellent defensive header from Oscar with Benitez crashing in behind him. Just heads it away from trouble. No risk.
Captain Jack sends it with the right over a couple of bodies. Will Vint will come back. Grab hold of it for Gallagher. Nice one-on-one defending there by Del Piccolo. Goes back to Wyke. Jam on him. Metcalf with space.
And it has to cycle the ball side to side quicker to create opportunities.
Speedy Williams got a flat tire, headed down into the box, but nothing there to go with it, so it'll be a goal kick.
George Campbell had made the run forward. Gallagher trying to leave that for him inside the 18.
And Ben Lute making sure that takes a couple of added seconds, a couple of extra seconds here and there. Too many extra seconds. And a warning from Elton Garcia. Slipped on sending it forward. A chance. Benitez thought about letting it go out. Sorry, Fernando thought about letting it go out. McCabe got there first, but Benitez ends up with it. And here come the stripe center circle with Campbell. Vint. A lot of space for Gallagher. In with the right into the box. Okonkwo, header, nothing.
Okonkwo trying to get something on that header and whip it at goal. Doesn't get the glancing header he's looking for. All the power out wide.
Sent it out at a 45-degree angle. We are now in minute 90. Waiting to see how many minutes will be added here. Louisville City with the 1-0 lead. Goal in the 72nd by Abdejam. Wyke trying to send Pereira forward. Okonkwo is there. Francis is there first. Deflected by Pereira. It'll be a deep throw in their own defensive third for Louisville City.
Louisville City's going to take their time with this one.
Mm-hmm.
Francis with the long throw, too. It's going to be straight down the line.
Headed down. Will Vint has it. Trying to send Pereira, but it'll be a throw.
Vint nearly slipped Pereira in.
Okonkwo looking to turn. Del Piccolo and Francis on him. Lost control of it. Davis had it, lost it. Metcalf sends it in, but right to Loon.
Nice work from Lute to step in front of Luis Fernando.
4 minutes added with all the substitutions and the Campbell injury. Looking for Jam, got Jam, but Vint controlled it first, and Wyke is there. White looking for Benitez. Benitez wanting to work in space. Got McCabe to draw in a little bit, but it goes to Will Vint. Big right boot is there. Campbell lets it go through. Gallagher has a chance here. Francis back to defend. Sent in with the right looking for Okonkwo. Paco Craig was there first with the header clear. Campbell will try to settle and does. Wyke. Benitez. Touch.
Fernando fouled from behind. Has to make that call.
Wasn't made. Benitez still trying to get up after it. I think it was looked like it was Sean Tosh that made it.
Tosh clobbered Fernando from behind. No call.
Vint. Speedy Williams on him. Trying to spring Gallagher down the sideline. Doesn't quite happen. Paco Craig will clear. Metcalf and Wyke. Benitez is available behind. A lot of space for Wyke. Louisville City just letting him do it. Asayadu. Step over. Idea. Thought about the left. Off of McCabe. And it will be a Creature Comforts corner.
Luis Fernando to take the corner. Everyone up for Atlanta.
It's time for another Creature Comforts corner kick.
Watch out for George Campbell coming in late on the back post.
Here he comes. Fernando into the air, headed backwards.
Okonkwo didn't get there.
Masayadu tries to send it in. Backheeled clear for another throw for ATL UTD2. Masayadu trying to get his hands on it. Vint on the overlap sends it into the box, and Tosh will clear.
That's a good ball in from Will Vint. Tosh could not risk anything trying to settle it.
Another Creature Comforts corner kick. Quickly. Sent in. Into the middle of it all. Tosh heads it clear. Put down. Benitez trying to do something with it. Del Piccolo knocked him over, but another chance for the Stripes. Wyke with the right. Into the box, headed clear. Asayadu now. He'll send it in low. Speedy Williams will clear. And
a deep throw.
Deep throw. Looking at the last minute here of stoppage. Sent in with the right one more time. Okonkwo looking to settle.
Oh, Okonkwo could not get a boot on it at the end. It's a good ball in from Will Vint again.
Suahi got in the way.
Okonkwo got a touch, went down. Couldn't knock that around Lunt. Here's a second look. It comes into the near post. It's well defended by Paco Craig, but Okonkwo just can't get the last touch to evade Lunt.
Davis trying to kill time, gets it around Benitez, but Benitez's speed will close that gap. Try to figure out how to get out of there quickly.
Atlanta has to get it forward now with only seconds left.
Vint. Metcalf. Abdujam token chasing. Sent forward with the right. Okonkwo is there. Gets there first with Paco Craig. Who touched it? Doesn't matter. And that'll do. Louisville City with a goal in the 72nd minute. Abdujam had come on 9 minutes earlier. And your two-time defending champs. And there's your handshakes there. Stephen Glass. Great effort by ATL UTD2, but the goal goes to Louisville City in the end, and they take it 1-0.
It's the veteran experience of Louisville City. They didn't have a lot of the ball tonight. They didn't have a lot of chances in them tonight, but they showed up when it mattered, and it's Brian Ownby creating the opportunity. Abdujam off the bench puts it home. John Hackworth made the right changes, made it difficult for Atlanta to play early in the second half, and Louisville City shows why they've won the last 2 USL Cup championships. Big bounce back for them after a disappointing week 1.
Louisville City head coach John Hackworth thought that this team was kind of like the 18-19 New England Patriots, reloaded with very little respect. That team ended up winning the Super Bowl. Louisville City ends up winning 1-0 here at Fifth Third Bank Stadium. Next on the board for Atlanta United is a road trip to Charlotte in 8 days' time. We'll put a bow on this one from Fifth Third when we come back. You're watching the USL Championship on ESPN+. Stick and stay. We'll be right back.
Los accidentes suceden sin avisar y conseguir el tratamiento médico que usted o un familiar merece puede resultar difícil si no cuenta con la ayuda de un buen abogado. Por eso nos dedicamos a pelear por sus derechos, asegurándonos que usted no solo reciba la compensación que merece, sino que también reciba la mejor atención médica. Le atendemos en español. 404-888-8888. Bader Law Firm, comprometidos con usted y su familia.
I knew your name before you did. I knew your fears, your hopes. I knew what you could accomplish, how great you could be. And I knew just where to take you when you got hurt.
You'll be back out there in no time.
For physical therapists and certified athletic trainers who only work with young athletes, there's Children's Healthcare of Atlanta Sports Medicine. Moms know.
There are never enough hours in the day, so you can't let sniffles, strep, or aches and pains slow you down. But finding great healthcare that fits your schedule can be tricky. With Piedmont Quick Care at Walgreens, you can get great same-day care right around the corner. There are 27 locations and counting, all with extended hours and most open 7 days a week. You can book an appointment online to get in, out, and on your way. Visit piedmont.org/quickcare now to learn more. Piedmont Quick Care at Walgreens, one stop to better.
Welcome back to Fifth Third Bank Stadium. Time to put a bow on this one. A tough 1-0 loss for Atlanta United 2. And it was the youth versus the experience, but it came down to one moment, Jason.
It's a big moment for Louisville City. After a 4-1 loss in the opener, your veterans, your top players have to step up to change that narrative because they did not dominate this game. Brian Ownby, who was so clutch in the postseason last year in the USL Cup run, shows up here with the left-footed cross to the near post. All Abdou Jam has to do is get up and just touch that one home. White can't get there. Alec can't get there. It's a perfect ball from Brian Ownby. He was your man of the match tonight, led Louisville City the whole way, and Lou City gets the big win.
3 points for them. They're now 1-1 in the year, as are ATL UTD2. Match stats, what sticks out?
Atlanta United had a lot of this match. 12 shots to 7, 58% of the possession. Louisville City doesn't need a lot of the ball. They're not used to, I think, having this little of it. They're used to having a little more control of what's going on, but they reacted well. John Hackworth made the right changes. And remember, he came in late last season. He hasn't had this team for a long time. He pulled the right strings at halftime. Louisville City looked better in the second half. They grew into it. They got the goal, and then he made the changes to preserve it on a night where there weren't going to be many chances for the boys in purple.
And on nights like this, fans, you can follow Atlanta United 2 and the rest of the USL Championship all season long on ESPN+. It's the home of the USL, MLS, UFC, and more. Join the over 2 million sports fans who've already discovered ESPN+ and watched the USL Championship live every single week of the regular season and the playoffs. Sign up today at ESPNplus.com. It was youth versus experience. Atlanta United 2 had their chances, but in the end, Louisville City gets full points with the 1-0 win at Fifth Third. Teams go home and they hit the road. For Jason Longshore, I am John Nelson as everybody heads toward match week 2. This was your opener. Play it safe, everybody. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching on ESPN+.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.